second round of matches in Group B gets underway at Stadium 974 in Doha, in Qatar. It's approaching 7 o'clock in Doha. 23 degrees centigrade is the temperature for this Group B encounter between Mauritania and the United Arab Emirates. Two teams who have had decidedly different starts to their campaigns at this 2021 FIFA Arab Cup. The United Arab Emirates with victory in their opening match. Mauritania going down to a heavy defeat, 5-1 to Tunisia, while the UAE beat Syria by 2-1. That is the view from our helicopter high in the sky as the stadium puts on a spectacular light show. And it's matched really by the light show of the city skyline beyond. Should be in for a terrific game tonight. United Arab Emirates, who with 6 points would almost certainly be in the quarter-finals. If Mauritania lose tonight, they may well be heading home. This is the first of 2 matches in Group B this evening. Syria facing Tunisia later on this evening at 10 p.m. local time here in Qatar. Well, it may be 23 degrees centigrade, but there is a most definite chill in the air. As the teams prepare to come out from their respective dressing rooms down below. Mauritania, who lost 5-1 to Tunisia. Their goal was a penalty, which the Tunisians hotly disputed. The UAE, well, they made hard work of their victory over at Syria. They were 2-0 up, and they had a man sent off as well. A straight red card for Mahmoud Khamis, who was dismissed early in the second half in that match. Mauritania with a noisy bunch of supporters. The UAE have fans here as well in numbers, as the FIFA Arab Cup emblem is unveiled in the centre circle. There is the Group B table as it stands. As you can see, Tunisia and the UAE out on top, both having recorded victories in their opening matches. Our referee is from Uruguay. Adama Bar, the captain, not only leads the team, but will lead the attack tonight for Mauritania. Out on the pitch, the 2 respective national flags have been unfurled on the playing surface. And we are just about ready to welcome the 2 teams out to this stadium, recently renamed Stadium 974. It was previously known as the Razabu Aboud Stadium. Comprising 974 shipping containers. There you can see some of them on the exterior of this very impressive stadium.
Let's welcome the teams, Mauritania and United Arab Emirates.
It's the first ever match between Mauritania and the United Arab Emirates. Two teams who had contrasting fortunes in their opening Group B matches. Another victory for the UAE could see them through to the quarter-finals today. A second defeat for Mauritania could see them heading home after the group stage. Those fates depending on the result later in the other Group B fixture between Syria and Tunisia. So there's everything to play for then in this Group B encounter. Plenty at stake for both coaches, and all the team news coming up in just a few moments' time after the two respective national anthems.
Gentlemen, please remain standing for the national anthem of United Arab Emirates.
السيدات والسادة، يرجى مواصلة الوقوف لعزف النشيد الوطني للإمارات.
And Baki Day starts in goal, so all three goalkeepers have now been used by Mauritania. 5 changes in total from the team that started the 5-1 defeat to Tunisia. El Mustafa Diar comes into defence. Isama Fofana and Andrissa Tiam both coming on as substitutes against Tunisia. Both start this evening. Moussine Boda also coming in, but there's no place for Moulay Bessem, who scored Mauritania's goal against Tunisia with a penalty. Boubacar Diop and Abdul Bar are both unavailable tonight because of injury. Referee tonight is from Uruguay. Andres Matota Cabrera is the man in the middle. After the coin has been tossed, the two captains will pose with a hashtag. FIFA, in partnership with the World Health Organization, the Qatar Ministry of Public Health and the Supreme Committee for Delivery and Legacy, aiming to campaign to support requests for governments to work on equal access to vaccines, tests and treatments. Juan Soto is the man who has the VAR responsibility. Mohamed Al-Shamsi replaces Ali Kassif in goal for the UAE, and Mohamed Al-Shamsi starts at left-back with Mahmoud Khamis suspended after his red card in the 2-1 win over Saudi Arabia. Goals from the impressive Kayo Canedo and Ali Salah earned the UAE victory in their opening Group B encounter. Ali Mahout is the all-time leading scorer for his country, 3 goals in his last 6 international appearances. Coach Bout van Marwijk says he's come to Qatar to win the FIFA Arab Cup. Didier Gomes de Rosa in charge of Mauritania. There is the Dutchman Bert van Marwijk, who led the Netherlands to the 2010 FIFA World Cup final.
Let's get ready for the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
United Arab Emirates in the all-white get us underway at Stadium 974. It's only the second time at the Arab Cup for both of these countries. Mauritania failed to progress from their group back in 1985. The UAE did considerably better on their single previous appearance back in 1998 when they finished 4th. So Mauritania then in the all-green. Needed to qualify for the FIFA Arab Cup. Defeated Yemen by 2-0 in June in the playoff, with goals from Ismail Diakate, who's not here in the squad, and Hamaya Tanji, who most certainly is. Tanji, the number 9. UAE, who know that victory tonight will see them almost assured of a place in the quarter-finals. It will be guaranteed, provided the result of tonight's other Group B encounter goes their way. Between Tunisia and Syria. Mauritania know they have to get something from this match. That's a poor clearance from Mbaki and Day. Al-Shamsi in the UAE goal. Now here come Mauritania with the ball in, gathered by Al-Shamsi. Goalkeeper now 24 years of age. Made his league debut and his international debut in the same year, back in 2017. That would have been offside had Idrissa Thiam attempted to go for it. Now he does, and whacked away to safety by Al-Shamsi. You can see the UAE down below. The officials are appealing for an offside there, which might have been a fair shout. Here's Ndai to clear it away. Chase on here for Tanji. Kept the ball in play, couldn't keep possession for his side. Late challenge coming in there from Thiam. Oh, no, Walid Abbas. Thiam. Easy for Al-Shamsi to gather. Might have been a case again there for the UAE to claim for an offside, as Thiam appeared to come back into play from an offside position. Kayo Canedo, the highly rated UAE left-sided winger. Here he is, scored the opening goal against Syria in their opening Group B match. Musin Boda. Part of what looks like a five-man defence for Mauritania. 3 in the centre and the 2 wing-backs very much coming back to form a line of 5 when the UAE are in possession. This is Salmin. Does like to dictate play from his deep midfield role. Pass to this near side to Al-Manhani. Alatas. That was won back there by Tanji, and he was caught as well. And they had Tanji going down there. One of the all-important goals to see Mauritania here. They are in the Africa Cup of Nations as well next year. They're in the African Cup of Nations final for the first time a couple of years ago. They were eliminated at the group stage. Mauritania losing to Mali by 4-1, and then the goalless draws against Angola and Tunisia. Rather a different story against Tunisia in their opening group main match here in Qatar. Al-Shamsi. Interesting that both teams have changed their goalkeepers for this second match. Mauritania started the game against Tunisia with Babacar Diop in goal, but he went off injured just before the midway point of the first half. Namouri Diar came on in his place, but the third goalkeeper, Mbaki Ndé, is selected tonight. Goal kick. To say that Ali Salah didn't agree. Salah, who got the UAE's second goal against Syria. There with the long ball for, but it's just too high on this near side for El Mustafa Diar. There's the contingent of Mauritania supporters who are standing just behind the dugout, occupied by their coach and their technical team. They're almost between that dugout and the penalty area of the goal that their team are defending in this first half. Al-Shamsi now for the UAE. Away by Alatas. Salmin. Slightly short ball, but taken by Ramadan. And he had to do well there to take it away from Adama Bar. Going a little differently tactically. Idrissa Tiam, the man who's leading the attack tonight, rather than Hime Tanji. Play continues. Al-Manhani. Forward by Abbas. This is Ramadan. It's reasonable to assume that the UAE will have the majority of possession in the opening exchanges. Kanadu isn't going to find a way through, and Day out quickly. And he had to be so as well, the goalkeeper. Mahmoud. Salah. Fouled right under the nose of the referee. Musin Boda. Salah, who has a Scottish mother. Spent quite a bit of time in Scotland with his family in that country. Abdallah Ramadan behind this free kick. Oh, this could be expertly worked through, but Mbaki Ndé was on the end of it. Goalkeeper alive to the danger as Salah was almost on the end of a well-worked move there from the UAE. Opposite number, Al-Shamsi has to come out and clear. countries who are separated by 33 places in the latest FIFA World Rankings. United Arab Emirates in 70th, Mauritania 103rd. Mauritania have never qualified for a FIFA World Cup. And they won't be in Qatar next year. They've already been eliminated in their qualifying campaign. UAE still have a chance of reaching the World Cup finals next year. They're currently third in their qualifying group. Saudi. Back here to Mohamed Al-Atas. Turn from Kenado. No free kick. Worked wide by Salmi. Lahababi, who loves to race down that right-hand side as much as possible. Referee will play an advantage here, the UAE's way. Over the top towards Ali Makhout, but he knew he was offside. The flag was raised. Keep your eye on the number 7 on the left of your picture here as Makhout goes forward. All-time top scorer for the United Arab Emirates, Ali Makhout. He's got 3 goals in his last 6 international appearances. Just time for Mohamedan Beibu. Chase in vain, wouldn't have mattered anyway as the flag was raised against him. Al-Atas, Al-Shamsi. Chase on for Wahid Abbas here, the veteran, now 36 years of age. He didn't really give Abdallah Ramadan too much of an opportunity to keep that ball in play. Diao with the throw. Al-Atas. Lahababi. There's number 9, but is a right back, although he is very much an attacking right back for the UAE. Zabi. There's no doubt that many would predict that the United Arab Emirates and Tunisia would be the 2 teams to progress through from this group into the knockout stages. Picked up by Salah. Makhout. Lovely little ball through, it's Ramadan. And Makhout couldn't get on the end of the return pass. Defensive work there from Delayali. Abbas. Al-Atas. Lahababi. Oh, neatly played by Makhout. Salah's calling for it in the middle, so was Kenado. The Brazilian-born, naturalised UAE citizen, became a UAE citizen last year. And you can see the run that he makes here. As the ball's played in behind Salah. And Kenado got there first, couldn't keep it down. Half an opportunity, certainly, for the UAE. By Bar. Get off the chest of Al Manhani. Diar. Mauritania looking to score their first goal from open play at this FIFA Arab Cup. A goal against Tunisia coming from the spot. It's just caught there. Oh, and that'll be a card for Canedo. An early caution for the winger. That challenge there. Team do then from this free kick. Tiam trying to spin away. Mustafa Diar will take this throw in then for Mauritania. Nice little back heel to find Tanji. Tiam wide to his left to Beibu. Tiam. Beibu still offers the option. Trying to go past Lahababi. Excellent defending from the fullback for the UAE. A number of players in the UAE squad who's with Alain in the United Arab Emirates. Reached the final of the FIFA Club World Cup a few years back in 2018, only to lose to Real Madrid in the final. It was a wonderful run for them in that particular competition. Ali Makut. Al-Mahani. Makut. Beibu. Chase over the top here, and it might be a chase just in vain for Tiam. He couldn't quite get on the end of it. Walid Abbas was there. Way by the head of Ndé. Bar. Tall, imposing figure playing just behind the striker. Tiam. Al-Shamsi. Up here by Boda. Tiam. Tiam to pull it across. And eventually ruled offside. Idrissa Tiam. Just. Two draws and 4 defeats for Mauritania in the second round of AFCON qualifying for the World Cup next year. United Arab Emirates currently third in their group, and that does give them a chance. If they finish third, then they will go into the playoffs, which could eventually result in a place at next year's FIFA World Cup. Needed a 1-0 victory in Lebanon last month to put their World Cup qualifying campaign firmly back on course. It had been in danger of fizzling out. Away by Al-Attas. Hababi with the foul. It's left Beibu in a little bit of trouble. On the top of the foot there. Back across by Diar. Diar again. C. First the ball forward from Haruna C. He's certain to cause Mauritania problems tonight. Caio Canedo. Lehababi. Salah making the run just ahead of Lehababi. Certainly one to watch, Ali Salah, for the future. And Hani. Salah just 21 years of age. He's pitched into competitive action the day after his 16th birthday when he made his club debut in the UAE. Abbas. Salmi. Hani. Bar picks up for Mauritania. Some thunderous challenges going in. The initial challenge was on Fofana, who kept going, to his credit. There's a problem here for Mauritania. Fofana bundled off the ball, but then the challenge there on the fullback, El Mustafa Dia, has left him in a little bit of pain. Chance for one or two of the players to come across to the technical area for a word with their coaches. United Arab Emirates have had 71% of the possession so far in this match. Probably something that Didier Gomes de Rosa and Mauritania were expecting, not to have too much of the ball. They have had the only attempt on target so far. The team in green. Dia looks okay. Abbas restarts play. Alatas. Shamsi. Fofana couldn't get there, Bar does. Dispossessed though by Canedo. Makoud. Canedo's continued his run. He's not going to get in behind the defender though. Bakary Ndé doing his job. He plays in the Greek second division. Few players who play in Europe who are involved in this FIFA Arab Cup. Egypt are playing here tomorrow, and one youngster asked me earlier today whether Mohamed Salah would be playing for Egypt, and the look on his face when I said that he wasn't was very sad indeed. He was really looking forward to seeing Salah in action, but very few European-based players are involved in this competition. Al-Shamsi. It's it back from Abbas. Alatas. By Makoud. Al-Shamsi. The key for the United Arab Emirates tonight may well be exactly what they're doing at the moment, patience. Just probe, looking for a way through. Abbas. Al-Menhani. Makut. Al-Menhani. Canedo being asked to try and chase this one. He's up against Haruna C. Nice from Canedo. Didn't quite run there for Ramadan. But it might do still for the United Arab Emirates. Makut. Ramadan. Thought about a shot then. Tied it up at the back by Dia. So far so good for Mauritania. Indeed, thumbs up from the coach. That's a terrific ball through. This is Tanji. Waiting for support, finds it from Dia. Tanji. Gets it back from Bar, just away to safety by Abbas. Dia. Say. Turn is by Fofana. One of 5 changes made to the starting 11 by Didier Gomes de Rosa. All over the top. Bebo offside. Trying the run from his left wing back position there. Mohamedine Bebo. Years old, the left back. He'll be 26 in 2 days' time, the day before the match against Syria. Al-Shamsi. Salmin. Al-Menhani. There's a little slip there from Canedo. Salmin. Abbas. Al-Menhani. Ahmed Al-Atas. Here's Salmin. At times that Mauritania are playing when the United Arab Emirates have possession. Swept wide to that far side by Al-Zabi. He's come into a more infield role in the last few minutes. Makut. Al-Hababi. It's an excellent run from him. Al-Hababi couldn't go all the way. Worked across to this near side. Al-Menhani. Canedo. Hamad Al-Menhani. Caio Canedo. Al-Atas. Al-Zabi finds himself on the left-hand side, so there's 2 wide men on the left. Al-Zabi is now making his way back into a more central position. He started out wide on the right for the United Arab Emirates. That's a foul. Musin Boda. The majority of this Mauritania squad playing their club football in their home country. Not one of those. Almost worked through to Ali Makut. Numbers told though for Mauritania, and they might be away here. It's Tiam. Al-Shamsi playing the role of sweeper keeper that we've seen popularised by Manuel Neuer in particular in recent years. Alatas. Here's Salmin. Forward by Al-Zabi. Makut. Couldn't quite take it down in time. Well, the United Arab Emirates and their supporters may well be feeling that their time is coming soon to get the opening goal. It's a nice move forward. Good interception by Bakary Ndiaye to just take it away from the UAE striker. Strong words from Didier Gomes de Rosa. Cross to the far side to Mohamed Nbeibu, the left back. He's on the end of quite a tongue lashing from the coach. Decision goes UAE's way. Al-Shamsi. Seriously tested so far, as we just passed the half-hour mark at Stadium 974 in Doha in Qatar. There's a bit of a breeze getting up now as well. We're not that far from the waterfront. We're not that far from the international airport as well, which is just a short drive away. Abbas. Abbas again now. Ramadan was just caught there. In fact, it was Ali Salah who was just caught. Al-Minhani. Abbas. Alatas. By Lahababi. Must not do is allow the Mauritania tactics to frustrate them, and for that frustration to become both visible in a physical and a verbal way. A lovely turn from Caio Canedo. Ramadan. Work wide by Al-Zabi. This is Lahababi. Hababi's ball across and cleared away for a corner when the goalkeeper, with a clear shout, might have been able to gather easily. Bakary Ndiaye taking no chances here, the central defender. That was goalkeeper's ball, and maybe the communication was a little lacking. First corner then of the match, taken quickly. Punched away with both fists by Ndiaye. Perhaps for Mauritania to break here on that far side. Tanji loses possession. This is Lahababi. Makut. Now the goalkeeper did look to be in a little bit of trouble, having punched that ball clear. When the cross came into him, there were a couple of players around him. Just have been caught there. He went to clear it away ahead of Canedo. And certainly as that ball was played upfield, he was not at all happy with the situation, and he's gone down now inside his own penalty area. Well, what is it about Mauritania and goalkeepers? Babacar Diop was injured and had to go off after just 21 minutes against Tunisia in their opening group match. they're going to have to make a change again. Namori Dia is the man who came on, and indeed is the only substitute goalkeeper available to Mauritania. Babakar Diop is out injured, unavailable tonight. Yep, you're on the big screen. Two enormous screens in opposite corners of this stadium. Fortunately, the goalkeeper seems to be okay. Mauritania, but they haven't had an awful lot of forward play to enthuse over so far from their team. UAE now with 72% of possession in the match so far. It was a bright start from the UAE, but they do seem to have found it a little difficult to find their way past the mass of green-shirted Mauritania players who were ahead of them when they come forward. Mauritania clearly looking to come forward on the break as and when they can. What can the UAE do here? This is Al-Mahani. Lovely play, Makout, Salah, Makout. Flick couldn't quite run as a return pass. Abbas. Lahababi. Al-Zabi. Tiam robbed, forward by Bar. Could have been awkward from the goalkeeper, Al-Shamsi. Word or two from the coach at half-time to just clear it away first time. Don't take any chances. Will there be a chance here for the UAE? It's Canedo. Canedo's ball across and just kicked away by the goalkeeper. Extraordinary save from Ndé. Here come the UAE again. Salmin can't get there. Fofana. This is Dia. Given away. Ramadan. No way forward though for him. Tanji. Babu making a run on that far touchline. Tanji might have a go from here. And it'll count as a shot on target. There isn't necessarily a huge problem for Mohamed Al-Shamsi in the UAE goal. Alatas. Here's Al-Zabi. Backwards trying to work that ball through. Tanji. Header from Salmin. Back by Fofana. Day. Only he will know what he was trying from that particular distance. It's an amazing use of the legs here to get the ball away by Mbaki and Day. As the ball was played across, it certainly looked as though Makout was the favourite to get there. Goalkeeper made sure that he couldn't do so. Unconventional, but effective. Salmi. Abbas. Ali Salmi. Abbas. Al pass. Makoud. Increasingly leaving his central striking role in search of possession. He felt he was fouled. And the referee agrees. His international debut some 12 years ago now. Ali Makoud. Got the all-important late penalty against Lebanon 2 weeks ago in the FIFA World Cup qualifier to revive the UAE's hopes of a place in Qatar next year at the World Cup finals themselves. Place in the quarter-finals of the FIFA Arab Cup is their objective tonight. Mauritania, everybody back behind the ball. Plenty forward for the UAE. And the goalkeeper should gather, and does. There's nobody upfield for him to release it to, though. Fofana. See? Turned on there by Yali. Cut out by Al-Manhani. Messing around this time from Al-Shamsi as he clears it away. Down, that's Fofana. Kusuma Fofana, who plays in Romania for Cluj. French-born midfielder. Was a substitute against Tunisia in the starting 11 tonight. So we're into the last 5 minutes then of the first half, and neither side has yet able to make the breakthrough. Mauritania, it's interesting, have all come across to this near side, pretty much all of them, for conversations with the technical staff. The United Arab Emirates players, none of them have come across to their technical area. Okay to continue. He just caught his boot in the turf. There's one to treasure for future years. Yali. A few plays outside of Mauritania. He plays his club football in Libya. And they might just have a little bit too much on that ball. Indeed, it was too strong for Bebu to get on the end of it. Chase on here for Tiam. Cut out easily by Walid Abbas. Might well have been a handball there. Play continues. Picked up by Al-Manhani. Swiftly Mauritania retreat back to take up their defensive positions. Makoud coming deeper and deeper in search of possession. Al-Zabi. Lahababi waits ahead of Al-Zabi. Salmi. The former Dutch international, who's one of the assistants to Bert van Marwijk, is just making his way down the stairs in front of me here, having watched the first half from a high vantage point. He no doubt will have something to say during the half-time break. This is Ali Salah. Salah with the shots and pushed away to safety by Ndé. Got down well low to make the block. Salmi. Abbas. Canedo, he was caught there. This will be a card. And it is a yellow for El Mustafa Dia. So he joins the man that he fouled in the referee's notebook. Canedo and Dia both now cautioned. Into 3 minutes of additional time then at the end of this first half. Five in or around the penalty area for the UAE. Ali Salah stands behind this free kick. Salah's delivery, goalkeeper gathers. Now, there's a little incident off the ball there as the UAE tried to put that ball in, and Hamed Al Mahani was convinced there that he was fouled inside the penalty area. Nobody else, though, shared that view. Bakary Ndé. Back by Dia. Away by Abbas. Strong challenge from Bar. Work wide by Ramadan. Lahababi. Al-Zabi. Ramadan. Al-Minhani. Drops it for Canedo. And the top scorer, Makud, can't add to his total of international goals from close range. Abdallah Ramadan. The UAE ending this first half strongly. Al-Zabi. Salah. Back by Canedo, who's gone into a central striking role now. Queuing up in the middle. It might drop on the far side for Hamed Al Mahani. And again, the legs of Bakary Ndé are to the rescue for Mauritania. He's stolen almost unnoticed, and the goalkeeper reacted really well to get down to block it and put it behind. That's the save he made a few moments ago. He's been by far the busier of the two goalkeepers. Worked by Ramadan, but he might have picked up a slight knock in keeping the ball for his side. Back up on his feet now, and indeed is used now. Last few seconds of the first half. United Arab Emirates have had by far the majority of possession, but they've been unable to make a breakthrough thanks to that man there. And Bakary Ndé with some excellent saves. And at half-time at Stadium 974 in this Group B encounter at the 2021 FIFA Arab Cup, it is goalless. Mauritania 0, United Arab Emirates 0. As you can see, the UAE totally dominating possession. But Mauritania have had 2 shots on goal, both of them coming relatively early on. Not too much in the way of corner kicks. 1 yellow card apiece. Diar for Mauritania and Canedo for the UAE.
You created many chances to score a goal. What were missing for your team?
Sorry?
What were missing for the team?
I think a lot. The goalkeeper of Mauritania is I think a little bit lucky, but he does also very well. So that's what's missing for us to reward ourselves.
You will motivate the team more to score.
Always.
What can you say about this first half?
We have to play on our game. Keep our ball possession, our ball play very well. I think we have to change a little bit quicker from side to side, and then we'll get our chances again in the second half.
Thank you so much and good luck.
Thank you.
Mauritania lost their opening Group B fixture. The United Arab Emirates won theirs. Both teams desperate for a victory tonight in their second match at this 2021 FIFA Arab Cup. And it was the United Arab Emirates who had the majority of play in the first half. Canedo with that effort that he might feel he should have done a little better with, skying it high over the crossbar. Mauritania really had the chance to come forward and were on their heels most of the time. And an excellent little interception there from Bakary and Day to take it away from Ali Mahoud. UAE having to be patient in their build-up, looking for openings to try and find a way through. At times Mauritania a little hesitant in defence, safety first there from Ndé, when the goalkeeper might well have gathered it himself. And Mbaki Ndé has been the story of the half so far, the goalkeeper who punched that one away to safety at considerable personal cost, getting a whack under the chin for his efforts. Contact just there. But he has been the difference between the UAE scoring and not scoring. Canedo breaking forward here. And how about that for an unorthodox but effective clearance from Ndé. Mauritania have really attacked. Ndé to the rescue there with that save from the impressive Ali Salah. And again, to the rescue here to deny Ali Mahoud. Good job for Mauritania. It didn't take a bigger deflection there off the defender Ndé. And then near the end of the half, the left-back Hamed Al-Menhani was almost in, but again, Ndé in the right place to block his goal-bound effort. So at half-time, all to play for. It is goalless at 0-0.
Oui, tout à fait. Tout à fait. On le savait de toute manière, mais je crois qu'on fonctionne plutôt bien jusqu'à présent. On est très impliqués. On montre un très bel état d'esprit. On affiche de belles valeurs ce soir. C'est essentiel. Après, on peut mieux gérer la transition offensive. Je crois qu'on a de la qualité pour leur faire mal sur le contre. Donc voilà, on a demandé ça pour la deuxième mi-temps.
Bon courage.
Merci.
Welcome back. Two teams back out on the pitch. United Arab Emirates having an impromptu team talk ahead of the resumption of play, which the referee's not too happy about. Goalless if you have just joined us in this Group B encounter at the 2021 FIFA Arab Cup. Delay was simply because Ali Makhout hadn't come back onto the field of play. There he is at the bottom of your picture. Away we go then, 0-0 between Mauritania and the United Arab Emirates. Mauritania in the all green, kicking from right to left in this second half. United Arab Emirates with the majority, over 2/3 of possession in the first half. And they had the better chances as well, but for Mbaki and Day. Here he is, the goalkeeper. They would have been ahead. A reminder that a victory for United Arab Emirates would almost certainly put them through to the quarter-finals, depending on the results of tonight's other Group B encounter between Syria and Tunisia. And if it was to end that way, Mauritania would almost certainly find themselves heading home at the end of the group stage. Any other result? And it's still very much up in the air as to who would go through. Salmi. This is Alatas. No changes made to either team in terms of substitutions, by the way. One by Salmi. Salmin's ball forward, just cut out in the nick of time with the stretching header from Unday. Away goes Tiam on that far side. Away by Walid Abbas. Bert van Marwijk on the right there, the Dutch coach of the United Arab Emirates. I've been stressing surely the need for calmness, composure, patience and diligence from his side in this second half. Given away a corner though. Header away by Walid Abbas. Interesting about his number. He wears number 3 for his country, but he wears number 5 for his club. Now we've got an early change in this second half for Mauritania. On there, you can see, is Ablaisi, a defender. And it is Harounassi who is coming off. And that presumably was an injury that he may have picked up in the first half. Just give him a couple of minutes to see how that would settle down in the second half, and presumably it hasn't. So Ablaisi, who plays in Saudi Arabia for Al Ansar, had been at Jeddah in Saudi Arabia before that. The 27-year-old is on. Corner then for Mauritania, their first corner of the match. It comes early in the second half. Well, there were one or two anxious moments for Al Shamsi there, the goalkeeper, but as you can see, he's quite happy to let it go over the bar. Al Shamsi. changes made by Bern and Marvac tonight. The other, an enforced one. With coming in at left back, Ahmed Al-Menhani. Sent off in the UAE's first match against Syria. Syria, who are in action against Tunisia later on tonight. It's turned a little chillier as well at the Stadium 974 by the waterfront in Doha. Turn by Fofana. Loses out though. This is Ramadan. The Hababi, Al-Zabi, Salmin, taken away by Diab. Can't be kept in play there by Idrissa Tiam. Idrissa Tiam has been trying to make the breakthrough in Spain and a couple of clubs there, but so far restricted to reserve team outings. Comes off Beibu, UAE throw. Ramadan. Makud. Canado just ahead of him. This is Ali Salmi. Al-Zabi. Abbas. Al-Zabi. First few minutes of this second half, very much a reflection of what happened in the first half. Occasional forays forward from Mauritania. Most of the possession though for the United Arab Emirates. And plenty of passes to try and find a way through. Ramadan on by Salmi. Just back for Abbas. Over 100 international appearances now for Walid Abbas. Salah. Al-Atas. The Hababi. Al-Zabi. Winds up for the shot. Well, in a way, Mauritania will be reasonably satisfied if they can frustrate the UAE to such an extent that they're forced to shoot from such a long way out. It was always going wide. From Tarnoun Al-Zabi. Easily away by Abbas. Mauritania are giving two substitutes very vigorous warm-up regimes. It may well be that there's going to be more changes made by that man there, Didier Gomez de Rosa, in just a few moments' time. And indeed, there is activity down on the Mauritania bench. So further change is coming. Beibu with the throw. Play back by Bar. Beibu. Picked up by Fofana. Able to dig the cross out. Canado. Abbas. Abbas now with the long clearance. Salah won't get anywhere near it. Fofana. Mahoud. Salah on the chase. Is he going to get there? No, he's not. And there's their first, the goalkeeper. There's the change. Rashid is going to come on in just a moment. He was the man there, just going through the final preparations. And they got a man down. Mohamed Ren Beibou is on the floor inside his own half for Mauritania, which is the reason it's been kicked out of play. That was the incident. So, Rashid. We'll just wait to see whether the change is actually made now. Rashid, a midfielder, is with Sharjah. Swap in midfield, but bearing in mind that Mauritania are warming up still. Two more substitutes away to my right down in the bottom corner. They may well be making a double substitution before too long. Here comes Beibou, fully recovered from that injury, it appears. Al-Shamsi gets it away. See his first involvement since coming on, really. Fana leaves it for Bar. Sliding in was Al-Menhani. So the change is now happening, and it's Al-Mustafa Diar who is coming off. Was booked in the first half. That might mean a little bit of a tactical reshuffle for Mauritania. The new man coming on, Rashid. So second change then for Mauritania. Has gone across to take up a position on the right side of defence, so it is a straight swap. Alatas. Malvik is in earnest discussions with the fourth official, incidentally, just below. Might have been complaining there about the amount of time it took to make that change. Beibou. Bar does well. Adama Bar to slip away from the challenge, but the free kick has been given. It's the challenge by Salah. A little late. Al-Menhani. Away by Al-Shamsi. C is underneath it. Bar. Picked up by Lahababi. Bar went down, claiming a free kick, not getting one. Switched across to Canedo. Shot from Al-Zabi. And now just wide from Makout. Approaching the hour mark, and for all the UAE's dominance of possession, they've yet really to have any meaningful attempt in this second half. Again, a stoppage in play. Musin Boda, who is down. And remember, Mauritania have made 2 substitutions, but on 2 separate occasions in this second half. So they've only got the one possible time to make a change, and it could be a triple change. In a way, bringing in Ablesi just a couple of minutes into the second half. Used up one of their 3 permitted substitution times. Had they brought him on at the start of the second half, it wouldn't have been so. Baki and Day then will restart play. Held up by Tiam. One back by Al-Zabi. Chase on here. Ali Makout. Canedo in the middle. Makout with the ball across. Just away. By Fofana. Makout can't find a way through. The little back heel from Tanji. Not kept in by Ba. Thought he had Adama Ba. Al-Zabi. Lahababi. Alatas. Abbas. Al-Zabi. Salmin. Lovely ball over the top towards Canedo again, and Day is on the end of it, and the flag is up against the UAE wide man anyway. Wouldn't have counted had he been able to get a touch to it. Good anticipation from Ndai to get there ahead of Canedo, who possibly hasn't had the impact on the proceedings that either he or his coach would have liked to have had. UAE, though, just have to bide their time and turn this possession into a goal. Draw wouldn't be too bad a result for them. Certainly, given the possession they've had in this match, they will feel that they should take all 3 points from it. Salah. A whack on the head there from Yali. Abbas turns away from Tia. Hani. Ramadan. Al-Zabi. Looking for the run here of Lahababi. Caught, and that'll be a card possibly. The referee was certainly running towards Bebu rather swiftly there, as if he might show a card. So no caution. And a chance for the United Arab Emirates to conjure up something from this free kick. Mauritania have got everybody back in and around their own penalty area. Lahababi and Ramadan, the 2 options for this free kick. outswinger from Lahababi. It's Ramadan to turn it in and turn it over. Frustration mirrored amongst the spectators. Plenty in the middle to try and get on the end of that, but far too high. One in the air by Alatas. Lahababi. Alatas. Abbas. Almenhani. Here's Salmin. It'd be quite a rarity if he was to get to something. The number 5, the midfielder, he scored just twice for the United Arab Emirates. They have found goal scoring a little difficult in their World Cup qualifying campaign so far. They've scored just 4 goals in their 6 group matches so far. We've got Syria and Iran to play early next year, and then in late March, Iraq and Korea Republic. Little touch from Al-Mahani. Makoud, twisting, turning. Has to be satisfied with a corner, as it comes off Yali. Pressure building, though, on the Mauritania goal. Lahababi offering the option of a short corner, which is taken up by Ramadan. Al-Zabi. Neatly played. Lahababi. It's another corner. There's always the danger when playing that ball forward like that, that the man who receives it is in an offside position, but not on that occasion. Again, they take it short. Lahababi. Cleared away by Tia. Salah's effort blocked. Salah can't get on the end of it. Mauritania throw. Well, we're almost at the midway point of the second half, and the UAE might just beginning to be a little concerned at the fact that they haven't made a breakthrough. Went wide by Ramadan. Ramadan is there to take it away from the new man, Rashid. Referee plays an advantage. Salmin. Alatas. Lahababi. Al-Zabi. Strong challenge coming in from Fofana. Well, one back by Alatas to take it away from Tanji. Almenhani. Ramadan. Al-Zabi. Lahababi. Al-Zabi in support. Can't find a way past the 2 defenders there. Good, strong, solid defending from Mauritania. Salmi. Well, he was just waiting to release that at the right time for Al-Zabi, but it was the wrong time. Just not working at the moment for the United Arab Emirates. Might he be tempted into making a change or two, Bert van Marwijk? Only made the one change in the first match against Syria. the United Arab Emirates make the breakthrough. What a goal from Ali Salah. There looked to be nothing on when that ball was played into him, but a moment of individual invention has broken the deadlock at Stadium 974. That was the moment they were waiting for. You can see here as the ball is played in and across to him, defender is in close attendance, but suddenly, and almost out of nowhere, he sets it up for himself. And the UAE are able to find a way past Mbaki and Day. Ali Salah with one of the goals of the 2021 FIFA Arab Cup so far. Acrobatic, spectacular, and highly effective. VAR is checking for a possible offside in the move leading to the goal, which would be a real shame for him if it was to be ruled out. Real moment of tension then as the VAR official does his job, and well, the goal has been disallowed for offside. Let's have another look. As the ball is played forward there. United Arab Emirates thought they'd taken the lead, but not so. Certainly would have been a contender for goal of the tournament. It's increasingly looking as though a moment of magic or an individual error would lead to somebody taking the lead. And look at that, look how close that is. Ali Salah, offside. Renewed hope for Mauritania. You're missing nothing because Mauritania have a player down injured. He is missing, seeing his name all over the headlines back in the United Arab Emirates tomorrow morning. That was something special, a wonderful piece of skill, but it doesn't count. Change then for the UAE, Khalil Al-Hamadi. Looks like he's going to come on for the second successive match as a substitute. Change is imminent for the UAE. To understand from the technical area that Canedo is that the man who's going to come off, which is a little bit of a surprise considering his influence on the team. Maybe not as influential today in the eyes of the coach. Hooked away high from Fofana. Touch forward from Salmin. Worked out wide to Al-Menhani. And again, Mauritania do their job at the back. Change will be made, and it is Canedo who's coming off. Although it may well be that with him on a yellow card, having been booked in the first half, that is a factor in his replacement. Al-Hamadi is on in his place. Lada to this club for his entire career. Al-Hamadi got a couple of goals this year in 2021 for the United Arab Emirates in wins over India and Jordan in friendlies. Here come Mauritania, looking to expose the UAE at the back. Abbas in the way. And that experience putting him in the right place to cut out the cross. The time really now beginning to count in Mauritania's favour. Let's go into the final quarter of an hour. Salah. Change from Mauritania in a moment as well. Moulay Bessem, who scored the penalty in the 5-1 defeat to Tunisia, is poised and ready. Ramadan, away by C. Turned by Boda. Tiam. Double change from Mauritania. Tiam looking to thread that ball through. Abbas was there. Zabi looks out wide. To the new man, Al-Hamadi. Towards Mahmoud. Cleared away by Ablaisi. Mbarak and Moulay Bessem poised to come on then for Mauritania, presumably the next break of play. Ramadan. Makoud. Menhani. Adama Bar is down for Mauritania inside his own half. The captain. Indeed, Adama Bar, there he is going to be withdrawn. So a double change, the last change then for Mauritania. Moulay Bessem, the striker. Will presumably play up front now. Take some time to get Adama Bar off the pitch. And the other change sees Hime Tanji withdrawn. So first appearance at this FIFA Arab Cup for Umar Mbarak, just 19 years of age, plays for Concord in Mauritania. And the other man coming on is Moulay Bessem, who has taken over the captaincy now from Adama Bar. Nice bit of skill there from Al-Zabi. The Hababi. It's the new man, Bessem. Just in behind Bebu. Gathered by Yali. Kept in play by Tiam. No, it wasn't. Well, it looked like it with the naked eye, but the assistant on this near side raised his flag. There's a little bit of afters as well. Idrissa Tiam exchanging words there with Ali Salmin. I don't think they were very complimentary words either. with the throw. Picked up here by Ramadan. Salah. Salmi. Worked out wide to Al-Hamadi. Showed a little bit too much of that there to Bodda. And the longer it stays 0-0, the more that Mauritania may well feel that they can take all 3 points despite having the minority of possession throughout the evening. Could hike that for Ndé, but he did well. All the way through for Salah. I think just for a moment there was considering whether he could get a long-range shot away with Ndé off his line. Al-Zabi. The change for the UAE, a striker, Ismail Mata, is going to come on for them in just a moment or so's time. I'd be surprised if it was an extra striker rather than a replacement up front. Al-Hamadi. Did go out of play. Well, it's Ali Salah who's coming off. The man who thought he'd scored the opening goal in spectacular fashion. Ruled out for offside. Ismail Mata comes on in his place. That was for just a few seconds for Ali Salah. Tiam on the chase. Idrissa Tiam, roared on by the Mauritania supporters who were in the half that their team are attacking in this second half. Throw from Babu. Driven across by Bessa. Ball. Against Majid Rashid. Al-Zabi. Might have a considerable period of additional time to be played at the end of the 90 minutes. There have been quite a number of interruptions in this second half. Salmi. Makut. Get on the end of the return. Mauritania bring it away. Strongly forward, Delayali. And he gets the free kick as well. Driven across by Babu. Another striker is about to come on for the UAE. It's another player like Canedo, who has become a naturalised UAE citizen. Sebastian Taliaboue, born in Argentina, is ready to come on. So another forward. They've got to gamble now. Presumably taking a defender off to send on another body up front to try and find the all-important breakthrough that could take them through to the quarter-finals with a victory. Al-Zabi. Makut. Abbas. Here's the new man, Mata. Easy for Ndé to gather. The goalkeeper will take as much time as he possibly can. There he is, waiting. Sebastian Taliaboue. That's a free kick, conceded by Abbas. And a caution for the defender. Bit of holding there. So the change is made. Mohamed Al-Benhani is the player off. Sebastian Taliabue is on. Well, this could be a crucial moment for both of these teams. It'll be a direct free kick on goal. Adressa Tiam is the man who stands behind it, but he doesn't strike it. Instead, it's hit harmlessly over. What was that? Seems to be the reaction from the coach as it was struck by Musin Boda. Always going high. Wasted half opportunity for Mauritania. They are edging closer to their first point of this FIFA Arab Cup. 10th edition of the tournament, the first under the FIFA umbrella. Taliabue waits in the middle. Salmi. Just too far ahead of Ali Mahoud. Stays this way. United Arab Emirates would move on to 4 points from their opening 2 matches. Mauritania would get their first points of the tournament, with Syria against Tunisia to be played later on this evening. So in Group B, work forward by Mahoud. Now the goalkeeper's a little stranded, but it doesn't really matter here as C takes it away and wins this role as well. Taliabue. Abbas. Al-Shamsi. Alatas. Picked up here by Fofana, and here come Mauritania. It's 2 against 1. What can they do? See down in the area. Goal kick. What a great chance that was for Mauritania. The run forward here. Excellent defending though from Mohamed Al-Atas. One ball forward. Underneath it is Yali. 2 minutes plus whatever additional time to be played. Can either of these two sides find a goal that almost certainly at this late stage would win the points? Hababi calling for it on this near side, not used. Mataha. Sliding in was Rashid. Frustration for those of a UAE persuasion. Al-Atas. Solid defending from Mauritania, and when they've needed him, goalkeeper Mbaki Ndeye has been able to answer every question posed by the UAE strikers. That's cleared away and behind for a corner off Dele Yale. Knew that he had a man in behind him. Not taking too much in the way of chances, but it was a slight risk insofar as he could have sliced that absolutely anywhere. Corner kick, urgency now about the UAE's play. The Hababi will take. Everybody back for Mauritania. The delivery could have been turned in there from close range, but that was a miss-hit shot from Taliabue. As the ball is played, and you can see here it's a nice height, but he just doesn't make any connection to turn it towards goal. Fourth official shows us there will be a minimum of 6 minutes additional time. Ramadan. Abbas. I have a feeling it's going to be one way. The play in these six minutes towards the Mauritania goal. Al-Hamadi trying to turn it infield to Taliabue. Tia. Neat header down. Now if they can work it across to this near side, Bessam is in quite a lot of space. Can't be done. UAE get the throw. Reggie closer to a point. Mauritania. They've had late goals in this FIFA Arab Cup. There'll be another one in this match. Zabi, turned back by Mata. Alatas. Ramadan. Picked up here by Taliabue. Couldn't find anything. In terms of an end result, Walid Abbas. Again, the ball will come back towards the Mauritania goal. Ball easily cut out by Bessam. Alatas. Lehababi. Decent ball into the middle. Right ahead of Yali. Again turned across and turned in. Late for a winner. Khalil Al-Hamadi for the United Arab Emirates. And at long last, after dominating play, Mbakian Day is beaten. And the United Arab Emirates have a goal that at this late stage in proceedings is surely a winning goal. Terrific ball in, and it was touched into his path by Ablaisi. Set it up nicely for the volley into the goal from Khalil Al-Hamadi. It's a goal that may well take the United Arab Emirates through to the quarter-finals. Didn't have much time to adjust his body, but just enough time to turn it in. Joy mixed with relief. It is hard on Mauritania, who have defended solidly tonight. Stubborn, determined defending, but undone at the last. Khalil Al-Hamadi gets his third goal in 2021 for the United Arab Emirates. We might well be looking for a second goal here. Makout. Al-Hamadi was offside. Clearly so. Is there any way back for Mauritania? Tonight. I'll be happy with that. Free kick. Just to slow things down, wind the clock down a little bit more. Here comes Lahababi. Talaboué making the run ahead of him. El Hamadi. Mata. Al Zabi. All the United Arab Emirates have to do is keep possession. Referee will stop play. As Tarnoon Al Zabi went down, injured. Seems to have got up again, though. Cut out any time wasting. Here's the message from the referee. To the path of Talaboué, but the goalkeeper's there and day, and a quick release from him. Last few seconds. Can Mauritania find an equaliser in the little time that remains? The United Arab Emirates make it 2 wins out of 2, but they really left it late. Khalil Al Hamadi with the goal in additional time at the end of the 90 minutes. They had so much possession, but it didn't look as though they were going to get the goal that they may feel they deserved, but eventually they did. A second defeat for Mauritania. Mauritania 0, United Arab Emirates 1.
كانت مباراة كبيرة لكن للأسف قبلتم هدف في الوقت القاتل.
Si, on a encaissé un but à la dernière minute. On a tout fait, mais malheureusement, on vient d'encaisser un but à la dernière minute. On doit soulever la tête et dire Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin, car c'est la foot.
ماذا حصل بالضبط في نهاية المباراة؟
À la fin du match, on a un peu relâché. Voilà, mais Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin, les jeunes ont tout donné. Mais malheureusement, si ça ne vient pas, ça ne vient pas. Voilà, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin encore.
شكرا.
شكرا لك.
Didier, c'est une défaite amère. Vous avez joué tactiquement une très bonne partie, mais malheureusement sur un mauvais placement, donc ça se jouait sur des détails.
Oui, vous avez raison. On avait décidé de fermer et de transiter très rapidement contre. Je crois qu'on aurait pu avoir d'autres opportunités, mais bon, ce soir, on est quand même mieux dans nos têtes. On a montré de belles valeurs. Voilà, c'est vrai que sur la fin, on manque de maturité. Je crois qu'on peut dégager 2-3 fois le ballon. On veut jouer, on veut repartir de l'arrière. Je crois que ça nous a coûté cher.
Vous avez démontré beaucoup de choses, beaucoup de belles choses aujourd'hui face aux Émirats.
Oui, tout à fait, même si le résultat est négatif, en tout cas la performance est très positive déjà en termes d'état d'esprit. En plus, on a fait jouer nos petits, donc c'est une très bonne chose et on a vu beaucoup de fraternité dans cette équipe, elle s'est battue. Voilà, donc ce soir, on va rester beaucoup plus positif qu'on l'a fait mardi dernier.
Merci.
Merci beaucoup.
مبروك الفوز الثاني على التوالي للإمارات في مونديال العرب، ولكن مباراة كانت صعبة أمام المنتخب الموريتاني خاصة في الدفاع والحارس.
طبعا منتخب موريتانيا كان صعب، لكن الحمد لله طلعنا باللهم ب3 نقاط. طبعا فوز في آخر دقيقة أو آخر الوقت، لكن ضد منتخب صعب، لكن علينا احنا ان بعد نراجع حساباتنا ونشوف شو اللي ناقصنا. ان شاء الله راح نطور من مباراة لمباراة.
هل يمكن أن نقول أنه أفضل انطلاقة للإمارات في هذه البطولة تستهل البطولة بانتصارين متتاليين؟ انطلاقة مثالية.
طبعا شوف مثالية يمكن بس المجموعات، لكن إذا صعدنا إن شاء الله يختلف الوضع وكل شيء، لكن هذه مش مثالية أبدا لأن مجرد بداية هذه. القادم أصعب دائما، راح تكون مباريات صعبة قادمة، لكن إن شاء الله راح نكون جاهزين لها.
كسؤال أخير فقط، المنتخب الإماراتي فكر في فوز ثالث على التوالي في مباراة الثالثة بعد موريتانيا، ستكون مباراة أقوى في المواجهة الثالثة أمام تونس.
صحيح، يعني ندخل نفكر في الفوز. طبعا صحيح أن منتخب تونس من أقوى المنتخبات، من الفرق المرشحة للبطولة، لكن احنا ندخل الفوز، نسعى الفوز في كل المباريات. إن شاء الله توفيق للجميع إن شاء الله.
كل التوفيق إن شاء الله.
شكرا.
شكرا.
United Arab Emirates left it late before getting the all-important goal. A goal that they may feel they deserved, having had 70% of possession throughout the 90 minutes. They had certainly more shots and more shots on goal as well than Mauritania. First ever meeting between Mauritania and the United Arab Emirates, and it was the UAE in white who had the majority of play throughout the 90 minutes, and in the first half created a number of chances but could simply find no way past Mbaki Unday in the Mauritania goal. With a variety of different methods to save the ball, he was able to keep the UAE at bay. The best chance perhaps of the first half, Al-Menhani for the UAE. So goalless at the break, and in the second half Mauritania again continued to defend stubbornly and with discipline. The UAE at times forced to resort to long-range efforts on goal. Patience was always going to be key for the United Arab Emirates. Would they find the breakthrough that their domination of possession would seem to indicate was due to them? The UAE guilty of wasting chances. They thought they'd taken the lead here, and in some style as well. Ali Salah with the overhead kick, but he was marginally offside. VAR ruling the goal out, much to Mauritania's relief. What a goal it would have been, though, had it stood. Mauritania looking to come forward on the break to snatch a late winner themselves, but there was no way through there for Mbarak. And as we headed towards full time, it looked as though Mauritania were going to get their first point of the tournament. But in additional time, Khalil Al-Hamadi, on as a substitute, got a late winner for the United Arab Emirates. It was almost turned on into his path by the defender Ablaisi. Al-Hamadi reacted well to turn it past Unday for what proved to be the only goal of the match. 2 wins out of 2 now for the United Arab Emirates. 2 defeats out of 2 for Mauritania. Mauritania 0, United Arab Emirates 1.
Coach, welcome back. Congratulations, for sure you are very happy. Second win, but really it wasn't easy against Mauritania.
Actually, if you saw the game, it was very easy. I think we had maybe 80% ball possession. I think we played very well. We only forgot to score 5-6 goals.
You created many chances. What were missing for your team?
Yeah, but yeah, if you can... For me, it's the most important thing that we play well and we create chances. That's the most important thing. I cannot make the goal myself. I can come from the bench, but I may not go into the field and put them in myself.
Are you satisfied?
Yeah, it's also in the first game. First game we also should have won with 4 or 5 goals difference. So I'm satisfied about the performance, the way we play, because against an opponent like this, you have to be very patient. And we did it with a lot of discipline till the last second. We scored one beautiful goal, and I don't know, but sometimes the VAR makes me crazy, because for me it's a 100% goal. But then we are disappointed, and still we believed in it and we scored the goal. So we deserve to win. I think everybody saw that. Only we had to score more goals.
You will also think for the third game, it will be against Tunisia. Big game. What can you say about this?
I don't know. I start thinking about Tunisia maybe tonight, or otherwise in the morning, early in the morning.
Okay, thank you, and good luck.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye, coach.
UAE top of the group then with 6 points, 2 wins out of 2. Tunisia up against Syria later tonight in Group B. Mauritania with 2 defeats out of 2 so far, no points for them. Well, they had to leave it late, didn't they, the United Arab Emirates, but they've made it 2 wins out of 2, and they are almost assured of a place in the quarter-finals at the FIFA Arab Cup this year in Qatar. They win this one by 1-0.